6 months ago, I was tired of using this corded handheld vacuum cleaner. I wanted something that was cordless and that had enough suction power where I felt like it would actually clean my car well. And that's how I ended up getting the Dyson V7 Trigger handheld vacuum cleaner. Now that I've had it for 6 months, I'll take you through some of the things I like about it, any downsides I've run into while using it, and then ultimately give you my recommendation on whether you should get one. The first thing that really impressed me about the Dyson V7 Trigger is actually the vacuuming experience itself. Overall, this thing has more suction than the previous Black & Decker $40 corded vacuum cleaner I had, though the Dyson is almost 4 times the price, so you expect it to be that much better. I'd say it's cut the time it takes me to vacuum my car in half. There are 2 modes with this Dyson. High suction extended run, which will give you 30 minutes of vacuuming, and then there's max suction, which will give you 6 minutes of vacuuming. So you really only want to use max suction in short bursts. It's a really great setting to use when you're vacuuming those crevices in your car that are hard to get to, or stubborn pieces of debris that you're trying to get up. So far, I've never run out of battery cleaning my car, and overall, I'd say I'm pretty happy with the battery life. Now, one thing to note on the battery is that it is replaceable. So this should be a device that you'll be able to keep for the long term and replace the batteries when needed. Now, do keep in mind also with the battery that to fully charge the device, it will take 3.5 hours. All right, another thing I really like about this vacuum is the vacuum experience overall. It's just what you come to expect from a Dyson. It's pretty effortless. The quick release tool attachments are well designed, and I found that the motorized clean head specifically works great on car floor mats because it will pivot to the angle of the surface you're vacuuming to maintain constant suction. I also really like being able to see what's being picked up with the canister design, and it's easy to empty into the trash without getting any dust on yourself. In terms of maintenance, it's pretty simple. You just have one filter you have to rinse out with water and then let it dry for 24 hours. Dyson recommends that you do this once a month to make sure your vacuum operates correctly. Another thing I quite like about the vacuuming experience is how quiet the V7 is compared to other handheld vacuum cleaners that I've used before. Using my Apple Watch to measure the noise level, it's about 80 to 85 decibels on high suction extended range and about 89 to 93 decibels on max suction, which is pretty good. Now, depending on how long you vacuum for and how sensitive your hearing is, you may want to wear something in your ears that will lower the decibel level for you while you're using the vacuum. All right, now let's talk about one other thing I really like about this vacuum cleaner, and that's how good this thing actually looks in person. Dyson is known for making well-designed, good-looking products that are inviting. They make you want to use them more, and the Dyson V7 Trigger is no exception. From the canister design to the trigger to use it, they've designed a vacuum that's easy to use and something that you want to continue using. Plus, the colors, finishes, I don't know how Dyson does it, but they do manage to somehow make vacuums look, I don't know, okay, they just make them look sexy. There, I said it. Now, one of the more unique parts to the design of the Dyson V7 Trigger is the cylindrical section up at the top of the vacuum. That's not just there for aesthetics, it actually serves a functional purpose. Inventor James Dyson, who still heads the company, became famous for bringing Cyclone technology and a canister design into vacuum cleaners in the early 1980s. The Dyson V7 Trigger Handheld has 15 cyclones, which are there to generate the G-forces necessary to fling dust out of the air and into the bin, all while maintaining constant suction. The cyclones are only part of the reason that Dyson has great suction. The other is a new Dyson V7 motor which has been designed to spin up to 107,000 RPM and also seems to have been designed to run a bit quieter than the previous model. The motor plus that cyclone and canister design are responsible for this vacuum's great suction and easy to use experience. So those are the things that I like about the Dyson V7 Trigger. What are the things that I don't like about it? Well, actually, over the past 6 months of using this device, I haven't run into any downsides with it. It met all of my expectations, cleaned much better than my previous corded handheld vacuum cleaner I got for my car, and I haven't run into any issues with it. All right, so do I recommend getting a Dyson V7 Trigger handheld vacuum cleaner? Yes. Who do I recommend it for? I recommend it for anyone who's looking for a cordless, small handheld vacuum cleaner that provides a lot of suction, mainly for things like vehicles. You could also use it around the house, but Dyson does make other stick vacuum cleaners for that purpose that you might like better, especially for doing something like a quick vacuum in the kitchen after cooking. The Dyson V7 trigger retails for $199 here in the US and is available in many other countries. Now, yes, for a handheld vacuum cleaner, that is expensive compared to the competition, but after using the Dyson V7 trigger for over 6 months now, I'd say you get what you pay for. My $40 Black & Decker corded handheld just wasn't very good, and it took forever for the thing to actually suck up everything off my car's floor mats. With the Dyson, it shaved my cleaning time in half, has a much better design, is quieter, and has more suction. So to me, this device was definitely worth it. Alright, if you want to learn more about the Dyson V7 trigger or purchase it, I'll leave a link below in the video description to Dyson's website. If you liked this video and found it helpful, make sure you hit that thumbs up button below and subscribe to the channel to see more 6 months later reviews on tech and home products like this one. For 6 months later, I'm Josh Tedder. Thanks for watching.